Afternoon, good evening, good night, good day to you. Depending where you are in the world, I'm here live. I'm in the Lake District, which is Cumbria, which is the very north of England, just below Scotland, doing a nighttime devotion. It is Sabbath. It is the nighttime of a Friday, as we know in the world, but it is the eve of Sabbath. It is Sabbath. The Sabbath starts at sunset on Friday, which was about an hour and a half ago, I do believe. So Sabbath blessings one and all. The title of the devotion for today, God's Ways. Isaiah 55, 8 and 9. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. Naaman the Syrian consulted the prophet of God as to how he could be cured of a loathsome disease, the leprosy. He was bidden to go and bathe in Jordan 7 times. Why did he not immediately follow directions of Elisha, the prophet of God? In his mortification and disappointment, he became passionate and in a rage refused to follow the humble course marked out by the prophet of God. I thought, he said, he will surely come out to me, stand and call on the name of the Lord his God, and strike his hand over the place and recover the leper. Are not Abana and Pharpar, rivers of Damascus, better than the waters of Israel? May I not wash in them and be clean? So he turned and he went away in a rage. His servant said, My father, if the prophet had bid thee to do some great thing, wouldest thou not have done it? How much rather then when he saith to thee, Wash merely and be clean? Yes, this great man considered it beneath his dignity to go to the humble river Jordan and wash. The rivers he mentioned and desired were beautified by surrounding trees and groves, and idols were placed in the groves. Many flocked to these rivers to worship their idol gods. Therefore it would have cost him no humility. But it was following the specified directions of the prophet which would humble his pride and lofty spirit. Willing obedience would bring the desired result. He washed and was made whole. Our plans are not always God's plans. In his loving care and interest for us, often he who understands us better than we understand ourselves refuses to permit us selfishly to seek the gratification of our own ambition. Many things he asks us to yield to him, but in doing this, we are but giving up that which hinders us in the heavenward way. In the future life, the mysteries that have annoyed and disappointed us will be made plain. We shall see our seemingly unanswered prayers and disappointed hopes have been among our greatest blessings. God's ways. So this is focusing primarily on Naaman, who had leprosy, and he was told to seek the help of Elisha. And without even coming out of his house, showing respect to Naaman, which he didn't have any for, so to speak, Elisha says, okay, just go and wash yourself in the River Jordan 7 times. Without even coming out, he just tell him to go and wash himself in the River Jordan 7. And the River Jordan was filthy. It was not a nice, clean river. It wasn't a beautiful river, as was said. And yes, Naaman was disgusted, thinking, well, firstly, he didn't even give me any respect to come out and see me. And secondly, he wants me to go and wash in that dirty river. Our ways are not God's ways. So God will teach you humility. It's not about where Naaman washed and how he washed, etc., etc. It's not about that. It's about following what God says to the letter. Go to the place, the river, and do 7 times. Dip yourself 7 times. It's not about what you're doing and where you're doing it. It's about doing what God says to do. And this is us today as well. We are not humble and we are not obedient. We have our own ambitions, our own ways. God will say, go and do this. I don't want to go and do this. Trust me, I know. Have a wonderful Sabbath in humility and obedience. God bless you.